Hey guys, this is Abhishek from GadgetChoose.com, and today we are here at the Samsung event and we have the latest generation of Note, which is the Note 4. Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is finally in India. It was launched yesterday. We missed the launch event, but we are going to do a complete hands-on of this device, a quick review as well, you can say, because we are going to talk about most of the features which we have on this phone, what are the new things which you get. So comparing this device with the Note 3, you have a lot of additions. Again, the first thing is that you get the Snapdragon edition of Note 4 now in India, which is a very good thing. You get Snapdragon 805 2.7 GHz quad-core processor on this device, which is fairly fast, and it is the fastest as of now across all the premium flagship phones which are being offered from different manufacturers. Talking about the display size is 5.7 inch. As you can see, it is a pretty big, huge display, and it is a Super AMOLED display this time. So again, you can see the viewing angles of the display are very good. You can see the display from almost any angle without any issues. The kind of build quality the Note 4 has got is something which is definitely a very good upgrade. So in case you have a Note 3 or a Note 2 or even the original Note, this device is definitely a very good upgrade. And the reasons are a very good build quality, the fast processor, and for the first time the Note series will have the Snapdragon chipset inside, which is going to sell in India. Again, the price of this device is very high, which is approximately 58,000 rupees, which is definitely high. But in case you are considering a premium smartphone and you would like to use it for the next 2 to 3 years, this is the one you can go for. This is the most premium thing you can actually buy from Samsung as of now, and it comes with a great build quality. This time it has got metal edges which are like very solid, and this device is actually very solid. You can bang it on and nothing should happen to the device. We will do some drop tests as well later on once we do the full review, but as of now I can say that the build quality is one of the best build quality you will see from Samsung on this device. You have got metal being used on the edges. You have glass over there, which is actually very good as well in terms of color protection as well as in terms of the overall viewing angles you can get. So this device will give you a great build quality and a very good value for the price. Again, the price is high, but it will go down within the next few weeks. This device will also support 4G in India, so it is 4G ready. You will have 3G and 2.5G supported as well. We do have Android 4.4 KitKat running on this device, which is the latest version of Android. You have a 16 megapixel camera at the back, and we have a 3.7 megapixel camera at the front. The rear camera is not a fixed focus, but autofocus camera, can record high definition video. It can also record 4K resolution video as well. We have a fingerprint sensor as well on this device with LED flash, and this fingerprint sensor can also be used to take self shots. So in case you are taking a selfie, you don't need to tap anywhere on the screen. You can tap it. You can tap the heart rate sensor at the back, and you can take a photo of yourself with the front camera, which is possible on this one. We do have a fingerprint scanner sensor on this device, which actually allows you to unlock the device by swiping your finger across. You do have touch capacitive buttons over here with backlit LED light, so there is no problem that. Again, this device has been built in such a way that it gives you great amount of features on the software side and very good hardware on the hardware side as well. So again, one thing which I was expecting a slightly better thing this time was the plastic back cover. Again, they have the same plastic back cover which we have seen, but the overall finishing of this material and the kind of material which has been used to make the back cover is much better. This actually again feels like premium quality of leather. Again, it is fake leather plastic basically, which fox leather it is, which they have used, but it feels very good when you hold this device in one hand. It gives you a very good grip as well when you hold it, although the device is fairly big to hold in one hand, which you can easily see. One-handed usage of the device is limited, but they have added new features like this pop-up window. So in case you have this S Pen detached, you can actually open any application, and if in case you would like to see that application in a small screen where you would like to use it with one hand, in that case you can actually do it like this. Just a second, let me just do it. So this is how you can resize multiple applications which are running in the background. You can have 5 of these, and this is how you can resize applications which are running in full screen to a smaller screen, and then you can use it with one hand. You can access all the options and features of the application with one hand in this way. You do have multiple other options in this particular category, especially in this feature, so which allows you to actually have this window in a small way in which you can collapse it. So once you collapse it, it will be like a circle. So especially this is the browser on this device, so they have actually represented with an icon. If you have a calculator kind of a thing, you can also basically resize that. You can do certain amount of calculation on the screen, and then you can resize it later to actually have that data. For example, if I do calculation of 89 plus 6459, and if I have it here, and if I have another application like browser where I would like to drag data from calculator to browser, so in that case what I need to do is I just need to first of all tap over here and I need to drag it. So let me just drag it here. So if I want to basically copy this data from here to here, I can actually tap over here, which allows you to move data, and then I can just drag and move it across to a different application altogether. And this is how you can actually have these applications interacting with each other. You can actually have data imported from one application to the other, and this is something which is really cool on the Note 4, which is possible, and it is not yet available as a feature on Note 3. It might come, but we will confirm that later. You can always collapse these windows in case they are taking more screen space by just tapping over here. So you just need to tap and then they will collapse. In case you would like to take them back to the full screen mode, you just need to tap in here and then you can expand them. So this is how you can expand certain application which you have basically resized for your usage. As far as the overall software is concerned, the software UI which is running on top of Android is again the TouchWiz UI. It has become much more responsive on this device, and one thing which I really like is that the hardware, which is the 2.7 GHz quad-core processor, it has 32 GB of inbuilt memory and again 3 GB of RAM it is. So again, the kind of hardware configuration this phone has, it will make sure that everything is smooth enough and running pretty fast on this device. I did not face any lag on this device. I have been using this device for the past 20 minutes approximately, and I can say that this device did not give me any kind of lag. The performance is smooth. The overall UI is also very smooth. Samsung has actually worked on the TouchWiz UI, the UI which is running on top of Android, to actually make it much more responsive and easy enough to use. So, and one more thing which they have done on the multitasking front, now they have the multitasking button over there again, and in case you tap it, you have this kind of multitasking menu which actually gives you all these windows. So just like if you have used a Windows PC, you will have some other application which are running in the background represented as a thumbnail. So on this phone as well, you have different kind of thumbnails which you can go through like this. It is a kind of a slider which allows you to go through, and you can do it with finger as well. You don't need to S Pen, you don't need to use the S Pen, which is again the new generation of S Pen we will talk about, but this is something which is definitely good. You have everything, the real-time data being represented on these thumbnail which are being there on the multitasking screen, and in case you would like to kill them, or in case you would like to switch any one of them, you just need to tap, and in case you would like to kill them all, you just need to tap here. One thing which they have done an improvement on the new S Pen which comes with the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is that the new S Pen is kind of slim. It is very light. I would say this one is light enough to hold in one hand. And one thing which they have done as far as design is concerned is that they have actually designed it in such a way that you can put this thing inside like this, or you can put it in the other way around as well. So which is definitely comfortable for the consumer. In the end, when they are using it, you don't need to actually think about the orientation in which you are putting this thing inside the Note 4. So which makes everything smooth enough and easy to use. Let's talk about the connectivity and the ports first of all. We do have a 3.5mm audio jack on the top. We have a secondary microphone for noise cancellation. This microphone will do a lot of noise cancellation, especially if you are talking to someone in a noisy environment. We have 16 megapixel camera with autofocus and LED flash, and you have high definition video recording possible as well. At the back over here we have seen the loudspeaker. Loudspeaker is again at the back side, which again will get muffled, especially at times when you place the device like this on a table. In case you are watching a video, that will happen, but again you can always have sound coming out. The sound will get muffled a bit, and this is again a kind of a design flaw, I would say, which I have seen on many phones. If the loudspeaker is actually on the edge at the bottom, it actually does not get blocked if you place it like this on a table when you are watching a movie or doing anything else as far as multimedia is concerned. We do have S Pen over there, and we have two microphones on this device, one on this side, another on this side. In total, we have 3 microphones on this phone, which again makes sure that the overall quality of sound which you record from this device gets better. And again, you can do noise cancellation when you do a video recording or a audio recording, and it can actually take voice or audio from different directions, so that if someone is actually in the front of the camera when you are recording a video, you will get a better sound. Even if someone is on the side of the camera, you will get a better sound because these directional microphone will pick all the noise nicely, and you will have a better audio quality as far as the video or the audio is concerned, which you record from this device. Let's open the back cover and show you the phone from the back side. So here we have the battery. The battery is pretty big on this device. Again, I was expecting a bigger battery, and they have given a bigger battery of 3220 milliampere hour. So that is 3220 milliampere hour. That is the kind of battery you get. You will be able to get around 1 day battery backup, which I assume, and we will test it once we do the full review, and we will give you more inputs on the battery backup of this device. We have the loudspeaker, which is fairly loud as well. We played some videos, and I can say that the loudspeaker is fairly loud. We have the SIM card slot, which will accept a micro SIM, and over here we have the micro SD card slot, where you can insert a micro SD memory card to expand the storage of this device. And here you can actually insert a micro SIM. This is a single SIM device. Dual SIM version will not come, and you do have these connections over there with which you can actually attach an accessory, and you do have, I think, NFC also supported. We will just confirm that. So all in all, this device is a very good device on the hardware front as well as on the software side. Let's take a look over the UI tour first of all, and before we do that, we can see that we have the camera over there. We have proximity and ambient light sensors. We have the nice metallic earpiece, and the glass which is there on the top of the phone, it is actually kind of curved on the edges, which gives this device a very good premium feel, and the viewing angles and the overall color projection of the display also is good. And because of this curved thing, especially on the edges, it becomes very easy to hold this device in one hand and very easy to view the content on the device, so which is good. One more thing which I would like to point out over here related to the Dropbox, Samsung is going to give around 250 GB of Dropbox storage to you for 2 years. Once you buy this device and you configure your account, you will get 50 GB free. When we talk about the front camera is a wide angle camera. It can cover approximately 120 degrees as far as the view is concerned, and it is a 3.7 megapixel camera which with f1.9 aperture. Then when we talk about the operating system or the OS, let's take a look over the notification center. So notification center has remained the same, nothing new, but again this is pretty good. You have access to S-Finder Quick Connect. You can always get rid of them as well. You do have ultra power saving mode also supported. Let me just show you some of the toggles. There are some new toggles which have been introduced in this. So we have Wi-Fi, location, sound, screen rotation toggle over there, mobile data, download booster toggle is also there. Ultra power saving mode you can enable directly from here. You can disable and enable the multi-window in case you would like to do that. You do have wireless supported, and NFC is also supported on this phone. When we talk about the side key panel, this is something which is new. So they have added this side key panel which allows you to have this kind of a small bar which you can bring up, and you can control it with your fingers as well. In case you would like to have this is a kind of a multitasking bar. So it gives you access to your home button. You don't need to press the home button basically. In case you would like to go to home screen, you can always tap over here. So this is an extension to what you have over here. These button functionality will be given here with this particular side panel, which will help you navigate through the phone. You don't need to actually switch your fingers from this part of the phone to the bottom to actually press the home button with this particular thing, which is a good thing. And you can enable and disable from here from the notification panel. We do have different kind of other modes which were already there. Smart Stay is also there. Side key panel is something which is new. You do have touch sensitivity which you can basically increase. In case you are using this device in winters and you are using it with gloves, in that case you can enable the touch screen sensitivity, and in that case you can use this device even with gloves on. So let's take a look over the settings first of all and show you what we all have as far as options are concerned. So the settings UI is slightly different over here, but it is again remains the same. There are slight design changes, I would say. We have version of Android which is the latest Android 4.4.4, and again you will get the latest version of Android on this device over there as fast as you can expect on any other Android phone, or especially the Nexus devices. So you will get much faster Android updates on this premium Android phone which is coming from Samsung now. Talking about the storage, let's take a look over the storage. It has 32 GB of inbuilt storage, and one thing which I really doubt is that the storage is something which is increased on the OS side. So we have seen this device using approximately 6 GB of storage as far as the TouchWiz UI is concerned on the Note 3. On this device it has gone higher, and it is now using 7.3 GB. 7.3 GB is being used by the OS itself, and the rest is available to the user. That is 23.7 GB is available to the user for installing applications, storing picture, videos and other data. You do have support for SD card, and you can use SD card up to 64 GB. Again, one thing I was thinking is that it should be able to support SD card up to 128 GB, but Samsung has specified that it is going to support SD card up to 64 GB, and I will check that whether it supports 128 GB SD card or not. We will check that later. But on the storage front, we do have support for SD card on this device, and internal storage is also pretty high. Again, you will only get the 32 GB variant as of now for this price. There is no 16 GB variant which will come to the market. As far as weight and thickness is concerned, let me just point that out. So in terms of the thickness, it is around 8.5 millimeter, which makes this phone fairly slim. Even with this kind of hardware, with this kind of display size, the phone is fairly slim, and the weight of the device is also not much. It is around 176 gram in terms of the weight, which makes this device fairly light as well. Especially with this much of display size, I haven't seen other devices that light. So even with the kind of build quality they have used this time, the weight is very good and it is quite moderate. I would say they have actually done many changes. They have these chamfered edges with which they have tried to decrease some amount of metal, giving it a premium look. But again, with decreasing this much amount of metal on the edges, they can actually decrease down the weight of the phone. And this phone, even with metal edges, with metal being used so much, it is a very light phone to hold in one hand. One thing which I really like about this phone, apart from the weight and the you can say the kind of thickness it has, is the overall build quality. The build quality is definitely something which is on the higher side, and they have considered it. But again, I'm expecting a metal phone next year, or maybe next year early 2015 from Samsung, when we will have complete metal on the phone. I want to see a complete metal phone from Samsung, which we might see in 2015. But as of now, they have gone to a point that when they are using metal on the edges and they are using plastic at the back. On the metal on the edges part, you do have a paint over here, which is again not cheap quality of paint, but it is some kind of coating which is bind to the phone. Even if you try, even if I try to scratch it, this coating will not go, and I expect this coating to stay on the phone as long as it can be, at least for a year. And I think it will definitely have a wear and tear, but this coating is not cheap quality of paint. It is a very good coating which they have done, and this coating they have done to actually give it a very good color profile, so that the device color is also visible on the edges. So we have white over here. So similarly, we will have pink and other colors on the other variant of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. So this is about the storage. Let's take a look over the camera now. And camera is something which has been improved on the UI front. It has faster autofocus. Again, it is face detection autofocus, so it is faster autofocus again this time. Just like the Samsung Galaxy S5, it can do the autofocus much faster. Let me just take a photo of my LG G2 over there, and I will just show you how does it give you the kind of quality of images, what kind of quality you can expect from this device when you take photos. So let me just take this photo, and again we are taking this photo in a room or in a hall basically, where we have less amount of light falling, and we only have artificial light as of now. So the kind of quality you can expect should be good if it is doing the right thing. So as you can see, the kind of details I can see in this photo is really good. The color protection it has done, it has actually shown the actual object over there just like it is. I can compare it with the actual object. It is slightly brighter over here as compared to what I see. So this part over here is slightly brighter, so it gives you brighter photos in low light, and also the kind of clarity I was expecting. I am really amazed, and I really like the clarity which we have, especially from the rear camera on this device. It has given a very good clarity and a very good color production as well, at least I would say. Even on this Super AMOLED display, I can see the colors nicely. They are being represented in a very nice way and in a very natural way, at least whenever we take a photo from the rear camera. Let me just show you some of the photo options and some other modes of the camera. So we have some modes over there. Let me just come back. Okay, so we have some modes over there. These are the kind of modes you will have. You have a rear camera selfie mode, in which you can take photos from the rear camera. Selfie you can take from the rear camera. You do have selective focus, in which you can make certain object focus and other objects can be blurred. You do have panorama mode supported, and you can also download more modes from the Samsung store, and they are again free. You don't need to pay anything for that. And when we come back, and if I show you the settings over here, these are the kind of settings you have on this phone. You can actually control these settings to actually not show in the complete screen. So video size is right now set to Full HD. Full HD video can be recorded. You can also record WQHD video, and you can also record UHD video. So all these kind of resolutions are supported. You do have white balance you can control. You have HDR mode as well. You have video stabilization as well on this device. Again, it does have optical image stabilization this time, which is something which I was expecting from a long time on Samsung devices. So it does have optical image stabilization now. Talking about some of the things, let me just show you the view from the front camera. And again, you do have dual camera mode for the front camera as well. You can take a photo from the front camera anytime you would like to do that, even with voice, even with different kind of gestures as well, which are supported. So these are the things which will be supported from the front camera, and this is the kind of view you can expect from the front camera. I would say the front camera is pretty good, but I can notice slight amount of grainy details. Slight amount of grains are there, especially in the front camera. Let me just take a photo of myself and show you that later. So let me just take it over here. I think okay. So I have just taken the photo and I can show you the same. So this is the kind of photo you can expect from the front camera. Again, I would say if I zoom in this photo, you can see slight amount of grains in this photo which are there, and these grains actually does not look that great. But again, I was expecting a slightly better camera on the front. The front camera is good. I am not saying that it is bad, but I was expecting slightly better clear photos without these grains. These grains may be because of the low light which we have as of now over here, but these grains are something which I really don't like, especially even if I take photos or selfies from the front camera on this device. So camera department, this device is good enough. Everything else is also good enough. Specs are also good. Front camera is something which I was expecting slightly better, but again I will test it later on as well to show you more things. Let's talk about the S Pen now. So S Pen has got some new things, which includes the action command, which was the old thing. You have a smart select mode in which you can actually select certain area of the screen. So let me just do this. Okay, you can do this under certain application. Okay, let me just, okay, area drawn is too small. Let me just do this bigger. Okay, let me just open some application, I guess, and then I do the smart select. So let me just open the menu for the smart select over here. So one thing which I really like is that it acts like a mouse. So this S Pen which comes with this phone actually acts like a mouse, and it can actually let you browse the content on the web very nicely. Anything which you are using in any application, all the Samsung application will support this. And in case you would like to clip something, you can select smart select, and then you can clip it like this. And once you clip it, you can actually collect all of them in especially a collection kind of a thing, a folder kind of a thing which you can have. So in case I have collected something, this thing will remain, and if I want to do it over here as well, and so I've collected this. So all these images will get collected in this collection folder, and I can share all these images at the same time. Multiple images can be shared in this way using the S Pen on Facebook or on Twitter or on any other application you would like to do that. You can actually use all these applications. You can do a Wi-Fi direct. You can select or crop certain part of the screen, and then you can share it with the kind of functionality it offers you. And in case you would like to delete them all, I think you should be able to delete it. I think we have some options over there. Okay, we can expand and see more things, and in case I would like to delete it, so in case you would like to delete it, you just need to do a long press and then you can delete it. This is how you can get rid of the stuff which you have captured in case you don't need it. So S Pen has become better. You have got new features, and once you tap on it, you can have image clip as well. So you can clip certain part of the image, especially in case you don't want to draw a rectangle, you can actually do it like this. So this is how you can actually have a custom kind of a clip with the S Pen which is supported. And there are more things as well. Let me just show you. So screen write is again something which will take a screenshot of the screen, and then you can write things. It will take the image in an editor, and then you can edit stuff. So all these things on this device make it pretty good on the software side, also on the hardware side. And this is something which is going to be a very premium smartphone in case you would like to buy the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 for you. This is a very premium smartphone, a very good build quality as well. Again, in case you don't like plastic at the back, it has plastic at the back, but again it does not feel like plastic, which is something which I would like to highlight. So it does not feel like plastic, it does not feel cheap, which is a very good thing, and you can expect a very premium experience from the smartphone once you buy it. So that's all from us as far as the quick hands-on review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. In case you have any questions for this device, we would love to help you. You can leave your questions in the comment section below. If you like this video, and in case this video helped you, you can click the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. This is Samsung Galaxy Note 4 review for you. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.